What movie?
Any movie.
Give me a movie.
Talk about Legion.
Talk about Legion.
Okay. I love Legion.
What about Legion do you love?
I love how creative it is, and I think Noah Hawley is a genius in total, because for one, having seen two, Noah Hawley is the director and producer and creator of, well, semi-creator, created the show, not the comic, because like Chris Claremont or whoever created the comic Legion back in like the 90s. But yeah, having watched two of his shows now, Fargo and Legion, he's the best, because he's a genius. Like, man, he knows how to write stuff. And like, there's some really weird stuff in Legion, like people with like safes on their heads. It's kind of weird, but
yeah,
and didn't really go anywhere. It's like there's sometimes where it's a little bit too much style over substance, but then there's sometimes where it's just like, it's really great.
So tell me more about the relationship between David and Lenny.
Okay. Oh, jeez. Put me on the spot. David and Lenny are awesome. Lenny is probably my favorite character, because Lenny dies in the first episode. That's pretty cool. What?
Nature question.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Didn't answer a question.
Well, I'm talking about it. I'm getting to it. Lenny may or may not be a real whatsoever, which is cool about Lenny. And the relationship they share is just really great, because she's like she's almost treated as a love interest, but now by the end of season 2, it's more like it's hard to put into words, because they're like working together, but not really. Kind of. It's weird. He's finally realized that like that they can be well together, they can work together, even though she's like this villain who's tried to murder him and his friends for like the first half of the season, because she was kind of the Shadow King, except she wasn't all at the same time. The Shadow King was more just the Shadow King, and he was using Lenny to do that. But anyway,
Tell me more about the Shadow King and what he is. You know, what is his role in the show?
So you want an origin story, origin show?
Sure.
Okay. The Shadow King, is this ancient mutant who is more like a parasite than anything, but he, way back, I'm assuming in the 90s, him and Professor X, or Charles Xavier, battled it out, like mind battling, and so Professor X won. Except when Professor X had his kid, the Shadow King attached himself to the baby before the baby was born, and that baby being David Haller. And David Haller grew up with this horrible entity haunting him throughout all his life, and was basically treated as he was mentally insane and a schizophrenic. So that's really crazy. And he basically, they sent him to like a mental hospital, and this is most of my knowledge from the show, because I haven't read the comics yet of that, but I need to. It's a big omnibus I want, it's really cool. But yeah, so he goes to Clockworks, and he ends up meeting Sydney, who tells him that he's not crazy, that he's a mutant, and probably the most powerful mutant, and you soon learn that he probably is the most powerful mutant, which is really cool. And something that they don't touch upon in the show, which is in the comics, is he actually is crazy in the comics. Like, he isn't just this super ultra powerful mutant, which he already is, but he's also a schizophrenic. Like, he actually is a schizophrenic, and he has like over like 1,000 or so alternate personalities, and each one carries a different superpower, which is really cool. So they can range from like really stupid things, like his skin can change colors, to he can like alter reality.
Cool.
Yeah.
So tell me how the music of the show, the soundtrack, plays like its own character.
I'm surprised you paid attention this month to the show. Okay, yeah, the music's great. Noah Hawley, once again, is a genius. He takes these great, like, epic, some songs that are, like, from the 80s, like Burning Down a House by Talking Heads. And then you have White Rabbit by Jefferson Starship. And
That's
then,
not from the 80s.
whatever, Jefferson Airplane. I don't really care. Anyway, he takes them and then, like, makes them like disturbing, and then like disturbing in like a weird like Black Mirror-esque way, for the fact that it's almost like technology is haunting, even though that doesn't play a role in the show at all, technology, but that's just how it is, because it's very like synthesized, but it's like freaky at the same time and just unsettling.
Well, all
And
the songs are covers.
most of them are. Like Nothing in This World by the Kinks, and then you have a bunch of others that are just really, really great. All like, yeah. But anyway, Cornflake Girl by Tori Amos. But like I've noticed, like, because I found like a playlist of like all the songs like from Legion, not even just the covers that he did, but like everything that was in the show. And a bunch of it is like orchestra type stuff, and a bunch of it is just some really weird stuff. But there's like these overarching themes that go throughout all the lyrics of the songs, and it's like talking about how like time is concept of human perception, crazy and really not exactly what it seems, and how the government is evil for the most part, and does bad things, and you shouldn't trust it, and how everybody's mad in the way that they're crazy in some way or another, and there's themes about how money is the root of all evil, which I kind of believe it is, and it's really interesting, just really awesome, and I love the soundtrack. In fact, I listened to it today once again.
Very
So,
cool.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.